Right, welcome. I know, it's another Snow White video, but it just cannot catch a break, and seemingly daily there's another mild controversy about it. This time, a trigger warning from the British Board of Film Classification. Not only that, yep, that's right, we're going to look at that in a minute, but not only that, Rachel Zegler now says that Disney's Snow White will help fight prejudice and race division in a magazine interview. Alright then, shall we dive into it? Yes, we shall. Hit subscribe if you are new here. Also, just as an FYI, this video is now sponsored by me. I've got a car channel. You might have seen some car paraphernalia around the back of this video or any of the other videos. It's linked down below. You'll find it. It's called Car Nonsense. I rebuild, drive, and generally tinker with classic cars there. So check it out. You might enjoy it. You might not, but it's worth telling you about, isn't it? Anyway, let's take a look at Rachel Zegler's Snow White being given a trigger warning. I mean, I hate the UK at the moment. This is my home. I live here. You know, I am English. But I hate the UK, and I hate just how absolutely simple everyone is here. How everyone's just become this bizarre parody of, I don't know, a leftard, I guess. I don't know. How can an explicitly left-wing movie, because that's what Snow White is, right? It's going to be this weird, like, Marxist propaganda, feminist nonsense. How can that be given a trigger warning? Surely this should be a bunch of the leftards and libtards at the British Film Classification just filleting themselves over it, no? Like, what is this? What an absolute clown show that we live in. So, I'll leave both of these articles linked down below. But basically, trigger warnings have increasingly become commonplace and has been criticised now by a lot of actors, but whatever. But it often serves as a tool to help audiences avoid distressing or unsettling content. I just say suck it up and get on with it. Some view these as necessary, but the current political climate might be such that we could safely assume the majority of people are over being told what might trigger them in a movie. Grow up and go watch Schindler's List, they could say. However, in the case of Disney's recent adaptation of Snow White, the warnings provided to viewers have arguably crossed from helpful caution for the mentally fragile and into outright spoilers, detracting from the viewing experience by revealing critical plot points ahead of time, but also being absolutely stupid as well. So, it says this: before you say Snow White's been around since the 30s, everyone knows what happens. Remember, Rachel Zegler's Snow White told us all that this was a modern retelling, and it is. Like, there's some dumb stuff in here. So, Disney's latest reimagining of the 1937 classic Snow White stars Rachel Zegler, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, here's the trigger warnings, and these are detailed as well from the British Board of Film Classification. So, viewers are explicitly warned about ominous trees and a character threatening to, quote, shove something up another's backside. I'm probably going to say that would be one of the dwarfs, and it would be meant to be comedic. I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that. And a woman being deliberately poisoned. This is the kind of culture that Disney nurtured. The trigger warning culture. This is exactly, precisely what Disney nurtured. You wanted this. You wanted this nonsense. Well done, you got it. This is your modern audience. Nobody. So such descriptions, ostensibly meant to protect sensitive viewers, instead strip away narrative suspense, diminishing the emotional and storytelling impact intended by filmmakers. What should be tense, surprising, or impactful moments now become anticipated scenes, significantly diluting their dramatic effect. I mean, it's just... Oh, God. And it's shared by Clown World over on Twitter. These clowns slap trigger warnings on Snow White for poison apples and scary trees. And a girl surrounded by ominous trees. A girl surrounded by ominous trees. Mental. Actually mental. So dumb. Like, actually dumb. Anyway, there's more. Because apparently this film just cannot catch a break. So Rachel Zegler now says that Disney's Snow White will help fight prejudice and racial division. Amazing. I wonder how she figured that out. So she did an interview with Allure magazine. Zegler openly tied her casting and the film itself to broader social issues of race, inclusion, combating division. According to Zegler, Snow White isn't just about fairy tales. It's a tool to promote acceptance. I mean, it's not. And to discourage societal prejudice. Again, it's not. That's categorically not what it is. It is just a fairy tale. Her comments come amid months of controversy surrounding the film, and this is just another thing. So, in the interview, Zegler recalled her early struggles auditioning for West Side Story, revealing that white studio executives, which she made sure to actually say, yeah, they were white, repeatedly questioned her background because her last name didn't immediately signal her ethnicity. There's confusion because I don't have a single ounce of Latin in my name. When I was in the running for Maria in West Side Story, they kept calling to ask if I was legit. I remember thinking, do you want me to bring my abuelita in? That's like their gran or something like that, isn't it? I will. She credits Steven Spielberg for stepping in and personally advocating for her, securing her the role. But there's an important detail often glossed over. While Zegler is of Colombian descent, West Side Story's Maria is specifically Puerto Rican. Yet Hollywood treated her background as a broad, interchangeable fit, which is hilarious. But anyway, here's this funny stuff. So Zegler comments about Snow White make it clear that for her, the film's purpose extends beyond storytelling. Quote, the reality is, I was given a chance because I could sing. Alright. My only prayer for the future of diversity and inclusion is that we invest in and nurture talent no matter what they look like. I agree. I think that's fine. But we're not getting that, are we? We're getting DEI. That's why it's so important for the next generation to see movies like Snow White. To realise there's nothing wrong with choosing to do what's right. Why was it right? It's actually right to cast a white actor. Like, that's just categorically true. And that it doesn't have to be with anger or a clenched fist. Anger can be a powerful emotion, but it doesn't bring the brightest future. Snow White chooses kindness and still makes change. Power takes many forms. I hope we'll see a new dawn of kindness and acceptance in the next couple of years, and people don't see the need to use hate to cause further division. Love, didn't you say you hope Trump supporters never know peace? She's mental. Like, talk about bipolar. That is madness. Oh, I hope kindness and acceptance. We will see a new dawn. Didn't Rachel Zegler rag on Jeremy Renner at one point as well, and wish him harm? Where's this kindness and acceptance that you speak of, love? But there you go. Trigger warnings. An absolute just nonsense from the Zeg. What do you think? Leave me your thoughts down below. Again, hit subscribe on my car channel. That's linked down below in the description box. But then also, if you like what I do here, you want to support me further, I've got a Patreon that you can check out. And it has hundreds of hours, if not thousands of hours of exclusive content. So please do check it out. It's linked down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.